this next piece here is on election security, and what this does is highlight these voter machines that are being used. To recap the county things I was talking about, one of the things we're pushing for is getting the clerks at the township level. The clerks have a say. They can say, this election machine, I don't feel it's
up to par.
It's safe. I don't feel it's safe. I'm going to issue paper ballots, and we're going to count paper ballots. And the Michigan Secretary of State is already losing their shit over that.
Yeah.
That we're doing that. And they're trying to tell them, no, you have to use the electronic machines. Well, why?
Well, first of all,
why do we have to use the
electronic? All right, hypothetically, after the 2020, installation, I looked at reports that had, Cobo Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Their election machines were actively on the internet.
Look, I know Pat.
You're not supposed to have them hooked up to the internet.
The former senator, Pat Colbeck,
yeah,
for the state of Michigan. Dude is literally a rocket scientist. I mean, that's what his profession was before he became a senator.
All right. Well,
he was down there when that happened. I was on the phone with him at 6:00 in the morning. He was telling me about the vans that are pulling into Cobo Hall. They're pulling wagons full of boxes full of ballots.
Yep.
Off of these and dragging them in there to count them. Meanwhile, union thugs are forcing out anybody who's trying to get in there and watch this activity, while other guys are papering over the windows. There's tons of.
Here's a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Say in 2020 that was starting to happen, but you had 1,000 dudes exercising their Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk in there and just say, what's going on?
You could have done it with 50, but yes.
But then, they'd be like, what? Because now it is a force on force.
Yeah.
Where are these boxes? Yeah. Where, basically like, okay, you have a bunch of ballots. Can I please see the schedule of, custody?
Yeah.
If there's a break in the chain of custody, they are invalid by virtually every state law that we have across the country.
I had an idea right off the bat when all of that happened, because they're pulling in these secret boxes and everything like that. Okay, we'll count them. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to reopen the floor in Cobo Hall where we used to freaking watch the Red Wings play, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get some ring girls.
Huh?
And we're going to get a Don King announcer out there with freaking, what was the wrestlers, the wrestler announcer. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to count the ballots one at a time in the middle of that floor with everybody watching. Every last ballot with ring girls. So that we know that every ballot at the ring girls is just add to the attraction of the whole thing, and more people will watch.
I'm familiar with Cobo Hall. I fought there quite a few times.
There you have it. At any rate, make it a spectacle.
Yeah.
You want a spectacle? We'll give you a spectacle.
Whatever happened to the days where you had an election, by midnight they knew who won?
Yeah.
Why do we now? It's supposed to be easier with computers, but somehow, it's going to take 2 weeks to do. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Every Powerball ticket they know within 20 minutes. Every winner, everywhere from $1 to $100 to $1 million to the Powerball itself.
Yeah.
Within 20 minutes, they know every single winner and where that ticket was sold. And you're telling me that we can't do this with election ballots. Here's the other.
They can't do it because they're fucking with the data.
Well, no, stop. They're not doing that.
That when you're talking about the Powerball, the last one was like 1.8 billion or something like that, won by a Taiwanese immigrant that had cancer. Good for him and whatnot.
Good for him.
Good for him. He's going to use it for paying off his bills and whatnot. Good for him. But you're not getting that whole 1.8 billion. You're getting like 450 million.
You're getting just under half.
Jimmy, whatever will I do with $450 million?
Yeah.
I mean, still,
I think you've missed the point entirely.
I'm still saying I wouldn't complain with that, but I'm still saying you're still not getting the whole thing because you're getting bent over and the invisible hand is going right up your ass.
Hey, Jimmy, you know what you're getting? You're not getting the whole thing. You're getting just the tip.
No homo.
You're going to have balls banging off your balls.
Here's the point. They can count and know the election results by midnight. They can.
Correct.
They used to do it. I'm old enough to remember it. Pop clearly remembers it. Election security claim is under greater scrutiny in 2024 in the wake of Trump fraud election claims. Now, we just saw data that indicated there have been 1,500 cases of documented court-tried election fraud.
That's 30 per state.
Former President Trump, who remains the GOP frontrunner in spite of his legal woes, has continued to make unsupported claims of voter fraud since he left office and hit the campaign trail for his third consecutive White House bid. Unsupported claims of voter fraud. Trump's claims have weakened public trust in the American election system, which state and federal officials are now trying to strengthen.
Yeah, okay. They've done fuck all for the most part.
The state and federal election systems have weakened the faith of the people in the state and federal election systems. It is obvious when you have. Okay, first of all, do you know how many people show up for an election?
You're lucky to get 50% of
that's
the
registration. Big turnout.
Yeah, that's a big turnout.
That's a big turnout.
That's why I said you're lucky to get half.
Usually 20 to 30% of
I
eligible voters.
It's a good year if you get 37% around there.
We had counties here in Michigan, and I know this happened in other states as well, where we had like 105% turnout.
Yeah. How is that
there
possible?
Was a state in Pennsylvania, a county in Pennsylvania that had like 130% turnout.
Yeah, they dug people up from the graveyard to vote.
That right there, fraud vitiates all contracts. It's obvious fraud. You're already over 100%. You know that 50% is wow, everybody turned out. That's a fucking hard fought election. Everybody turned out. 25 to 37% is the window of normalcy for an election. When you've got a county that's got 100%, 147% of the people voting.
Yep. Get out of here.
It's done. Your election is false.
It's cooked and booked. Yeah.
The whole thing is cooked. I would say that anything over 55%.
It's questionable.
Should be vigorously investigated.
All right. Now, we know that most of the law enforcement in this country has been bought and paid for. I hate to say this.
Yeah.
Listen, I have lots of friends who are cops.
Yep.
And those guys, for the most part, are cool from what I know. But let's face it.
The boots on the ground guys are all right, mostly.
Well, the thing is like it's the same thing happening in the police forces that's happening in the military. You're getting communists, socialists, liberals, diversity hires going up the pyramid to get promoted to control everything. They're not qualified to be there. They're easily corrupted. They don't have the experience to do the job correctly. And it's a huge fucking clusterfuck. God, I am so spun up. I can't stop swearing.
What?
Fuck! I'm so pissed. All right, listen, I'm going to have to pull out that one phrase that's worse than fuck. Butt fucked in the dick hole. This election, we are all going to get butt fucked in the dick hole, okay? That's going to happen.
I'm going to demonstrate to you with an example, real world, that happened today where I work. The office that I work in, the boss is your run-of-the-mill University of Michigan graduate. He's roughly my age.
Be careful.
And today, he literally hired a new receptionist that should probably be on the 4th floor at Beaumont.
Oh, the psych ward? Huh.
I mean, obviously, clearly, and he did it because DEI. He did it because he didn't want to not hire her because he was afraid of a lawsuit, it looks like.
Okay.
It looks like that's why.
All right. Well, things happen.
To the point where she comes with her own job coach, paid for and appointed by the state.
That's bad. Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah.
Well, nice enough. She's very timid.
Well, hopefully that she'll be able to grow into the job and do it fine. We'll see.
We'll see. I've never heard of a job coach.
Neither have I. That's fucking bizarre.
It is.
But in the long run, what are you going to do?
Fortunately, I work at the other end of the building, and I had a lot of work to do today, and I didn't see a lot of that. But that's the state of normal affairs in suburban and urban America right now, though, is the point that I'm trying to make.
Yes.
Is people who have no business being in positions are really being hired.
They're actually removing a lot of the police physical standards for female cops.
Yes.
So literally, all right, I am not a proponent of females being in any position where they engage in direct violence against men.
Any position that requires a great degree of physicality normally attributed to the male physique.
Correct. Now, what is that going to do for, say you're a dude, you're like 6 feet, you're 210, decent, you're in good shape, you're on the younger side, and they give you a sack of potatoes that doesn't have to pass any physical standards. You are literally being sent out there into the streets with a huge handicap. And it's the same thing with active duty soldiers.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Some of the comments are seriously funny.
If I get recalled, I'm going to tell you right now, I will not take orders from a female infantry officer, and I will not take orders from a trans individual. I will not do it.
I know how to fail a PT test.
No, I literally
walked you.
I've had a couple of dreams about this where I'm like, yeah. Can you tell me where the MP station is? And literally go there and say, can you please open the cell? Because I'm going to stay in here because I'm not fucking playing. I'm done.
37. Oh, 37. Oh, 37. Oh, that's you. You need 2 more. I can't do it, man.
Yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole.
I am going down a rabbit hole. So, while Trump's claims of fraud have been disproven, no, they haven't. They've not. Even cited in his 4th indictment. No, in Georgia, the allegations have put greater scrutiny on how votes are cast and counted, especially as technology is rapidly advancing to attack voter infrastructure and sow public discord. This is the Georgia case that we were talking about at the beginning of the show. I would say the greatest threat is probably the unknown threat that emerging technology has to do with AI, said Connie Utoff, director of cybersecurity master's program at George Washington. Just because of the capabilities and things that people can already do, and it's not even 2024 yet with deep fakes, people can make fake videos, fake emails at a scale that's never been seen before, and add a sophistication that hasn't been able to be seen before, and it can undermine the faith that people have in our own democratic processes and in the elections. 1, we're not a democracy, we are a federal republic. 2, who has the money and resources to carry out that kind of deep fake activity?
Probably the big tech companies.
Yeah.
Usually Google runs the internet, so does Microsoft. They can all do that.
Yeah, they can.
Facebook, he's already been caught red-handed donating hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Caser box.